Greetings to all. Apart from your regular classroom learning, you should be able to learn at your own pace and at your own time. Keeping that in mind, these lesson modules are made in which you can learn at your own pace by pausing it, by replaying it, going back, moving forward, and it is meant to facilitate your learning. And these are short lesson modules which will run only up to maximum 10 minutes. Hope it will benefit you in your learning process. Happy learning. Greetings to all. We are going to discuss about the connectionist model. Connectionist models are the neural networks. Neural networks are simulated architectures of the human brain. The human brain has got lots of nerve cells, the neurons, and these neurons are simulated into the neural network architecture using softwares. So these are also called as the connectionist architectures. The purpose of this is not to duplicate the operation of the human brain, but to get an idea as how the brain works. So these neural networks are characterized by having a large number of neuron-like processing element. So there will be an element which will function like a neuron. So there are billions of neurons in the human brain, and each neuron is represented here as a processing element. And there will be weighted connections between the elements, and these weights encode the knowledge. So the information transfer between the processing elements will be done using these weights. And the nature of human brain is being parallel, and same way this neural network will also be highly parallel, and they have the distributed control. Normally, human beings are not single taskers, they are multitaskers. The same is achieved here by the concept of parallelism. And it also has the feature of learning internal representations automatically as the brain learns automatically. The feature of the connectionist models are the search is done using parallel relaxation concept, and the knowledge representation is by real valued connection strengths between the processing elements. Whereas in a symbolic representation, the search will be by state space traversal, and the representation of the knowledge base will be like predicate logic or semantic nets or frames or scripts. So, connectionism, the concept is to approach problems from the point of view of the brain style computation. This connectionist model, the first one was designed by Hopfield in 1982, the neural network based on the theory of memory. The features of this are the distributed representation, where the processing elements are all the same, but the processing will be done by at different points. And distributed asynchronous control, the processing elements decision is local, though it is distributed and asynchronous. In content, they also have the content addressable memory, meaning if I say something like a large gray animal, then you think about an elephant. That is the concept of content addressable memory and fault tolerance. The different processing elements are present, and even if one of the processing element fails, then the other processing element will survive the entire network, and that is called as the fault tolerance. And this is a simple Hopfield network where the blue shaded circles are the active processing elements, and the other white ones are all the inactive processing elements. And the weights are represented in the connection, connecting the two processing elements. The weights are represented there, and that represents the knowledge. Now, how this works is you choose a random unit in the Hopfield network, and if the neighbors are active, then it computes the sum of weights of the active neighbors. So if the result is going to be positive, this unit, randomly chosen unit, becomes active, or if the summation is going to be negative, then the crossing element becomes inactive. This is how the parallel relaxation process works, and this process repeats itself until the network reaches a stable state. Stable state is one in which no more units can change the state. These are all few examples of a stable Hopfield network. Whichever connection you take, it will never change. So that is about the parallel relaxation method. Suppose a unit fails, the fault tolerance is the main feature of this Hopfield network. So if suppose a unit fails by becoming inactive or active when it should not, this causes no major problem because the surrounding units will quickly set it straight again. Thank you.